Hey guys, so in today's ego series where we figure out and understand the wound behind the behavior, we are going to speak on the most interesting one to me, which is the performative ego. This ego was taught very early on that their identity doesn't matter. They made a deal with their psyche and said, do I want to be myself or do I want to be accepted? And they chose they want to be accepted. So they're chameleons. They adapt to their friends, families, coworkers, colleagues because emotions get punished, but image and perfection gets rewarded. So this ego studied people. They became hypervigilant. So if their parents were angry, let's say the mom got mad, they would adjust their tone. If the dad withdrew, they'd ask to help them. If their friends were upset, they'd play therapist, but they were never vulnerable. They will smile when they want to scream. They will help people when they want to be held. Because in their mind, to be perfect and palatable, there is no room to be messy and to fall apart. If they were vulnerable, it was because it was transactional and they made it as attractive and digestible as possible. Vulnerability or sadness that's poetic, but it's not messy. Grief that's digestible, so it's not eruptive. They're not constantly screaming and crying. They might have actually had an addiction and been like, yeah, but I've already resolved this, because they don't want to be seen as an addict. They don't want to be seen as human. It's very funny because this ego is so deep rooted that they believe that how they're performing is really who they are. They'll quote scripture, they'll quote healing language. They'll use words like, I'm protecting my peace to avoid discomfort. They'll say, God told me, but it's really just their own fear keeping them from connecting. They'll even say they have boundaries, but it's hard for them to receive accountability or criticism because they've already created a persona that says, I know better, I am better. Unfortunately, as this ego grows into teenhood and adulthood, they'll even start climbing corporate ladders. They'll even get more rewards and recognition, but that doesn't fill the internal hole they have. In fact, the more they achieve, the emptier they feel, because you can't heal externally. You can only heal internally. Like I said before, they're seen as the perfect whatever. Their friend circle may consist of them being the ones who heal the wounded. They're always needed. They're always there physically, but never emotionally. They might have an admirer, someone who loves them but never challenges them. Or the empathetic doormat, someone who clearly loves them also, but is loyal to them, loyal to the friendship, loyal to the history. They attract to people who like their light, but not their death. For this ego to heal, it needs to be okay with being messy. The day that they can cry and they can look at emotions as something to feel, not manage, that's when they will be able to heal. But until then, it'll just become deep-rooted and to the point where they'll feel so empty inside and they'll have imposter syndrome. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you know someone or something like this, comment, share, like. You can't subscribe here, but I hope this helps. Have a great day.